So, what's the difference between asteroids, comets, and meteors? Well, asteroids are rocky, comets are icy, and meteors are much smaller and are the shooting stars that you see up in the sky. Each year on June 30th, Asteroid Day is celebrated. An asteroid is a rocky object that orbits the Sun. Asteroids are smaller than a planet, but they are larger than the pebble-sized objects we call meteoroids. Thousands of asteroids and dozens of comets are discovered every single year, some of which, called near-Earth objects, NEOs, follow orbits that pass through the inner solar system. With their numbers rising daily, these objects are tracked carefully by NASA-funded astronomers in case any might pose an impact threat to our planet. The daily updated Eyes on Asteroids depicts the orbits of every known NEO, providing detailed information on those objects. Using the slider at the bottom of the screen, you can travel quickly forward and backward through time to see their orbital motions. An asteroid is a small, rocky object, and when seen in a telescope, it appears as a point of light. Most asteroids are found in a ring between the orbit of Mars and Jupiter called the asteroid belt. Some asteroids are round, some are elongated, and some even have a satellite. Meteorites. So, what's a meteor? Well, let's start with a meteoroid. A meteoroid is a small piece of asteroid or a comet, typically pebble-sized, but could be a little smaller or a little larger, and often created from a collision. When a meteoroid gets close to the Earth and enters the Earth's atmosphere, it's called a meteor. And a meteor enters the Earth's atmosphere at a very high speed. So it burns up and produces a streak of light called a shooting star. So, if you have seen a shooting star, you likely saw a meteor. And if a meteor survives the burn and lands on the ground, it's called a meteorite. A meteor is a space rock, or meteoroid, that enters Earth's atmosphere. As it burns up upon entering Earth's atmosphere, it creating a streak of light in the sky, often called shooting stars. When Earth encounters many meteoroids at once, we call it a meteor shower. If a meteoroid survives its trip through Earth's atmosphere and lands on the Earth's surface, it is called a meteorite. The Perseids are the most popular meteor shower as they peak on warm August nights as seen from the northern hemisphere. Comets. A comet also orbits the Sun, but unlike an asteroid, it's composed of ice and dust. So, when a comet gets close to the Sun, its ice and dust content start to vaporize. So, when seen in a telescope, a comet appears fuzzy and/or has a tail. Comets are small icy dirt balls that orbit the Sun. Comets are made of ice and dust while asteroids are made of rock. Comets are frozen leftovers from the formation of the solar system composed of dust, rock, and ices. They range from a few miles to tens of miles wide, but as they orbit closer to the Sun, they heat up and spew gases and dust into a glowing head that can be larger than a planet. This material forms a tail that stretches millions of miles. Comets are cosmic snowballs of frozen gases, rock, and dust that orbit the Sun. When frozen, they are the size of a small town. When a comet's orbit brings it close to the Sun, it heats up and spews dust and gases into a giant glowing head larger than most planets. The dust and gases form a tail that stretches away from the Sun for millions of miles. There are likely billions of comets orbiting our Sun in the Kuiper Belt and even more distant or cloud.